Hello and welcome. This is Amhara Media Corporation and you are watching our Wednesday update live from Bahar Dar, Ethiopia. And I am Fikra Dizodou. Stay with us. Hassan Razak, Al Jazeera correspondent from Dase town, reported that officials in the city of Dase in the Amhara region said 55,000 displaced people fleeing the military attack by the terrorist TPLF militants need urgent assistance. Let's get more from Brahan Wargana.
He reported that the officials have appealed to local and international relief organizations to provide support to those displaced people who are still pouring in due to the continuing military attack by the TPLF militants. According to Al Jazeera, Hussein Nouro takes a piece of plastic as a bed to which he comes every day. He was displaced from his village beyond the regions of Amhara and Tigray due to the military attack by the TPLF militants. The report added that Hussein is no exception in this shelter center and the majority of its residents are in difficult conditions. Hussein Nouro, a displaced interviewed by Al Jazeera, said he was displaced because of the war and he came on foot. We encounter great difficulties on the way and here too. As you can see, these are our conditions. We were gathered together without money, clothes, or a family. The report added this reality prompted officials in the city of Dase to issue distress calls, noting that thousands of displaced people need urgent assistance due to their lack of the most necessities of life. Deputy Mayor of Dase City in Amhara region told to Al Jazeera that the majority of the displaced people are women and children. He said the federal government provided support, but it does not cover it. To date, we have the arrival of 55,000 displaced people, and this is beyond the capacity of the city. I call on the international community to provide a helping hand. Al Jazeera reported that until now, the largest support for the displaced comes from the local community in the city and volunteers who came from different areas to provide aid and assistance. Idris Bashir, member of the Endowment Council in the city, told Al Jazeera that it was difficult for them to ignore the crisis of the displaced people. They are our people, so we made a donation campaign and we brought these supplies according to our capabilities. Hassan Razak reported that outside the shelters, some of the displaced live with their relatives and some of them are in rented houses, which has caused great pressures on the city's ability to cover consumer needs. The report underscored that Dase is considered the largest city on the border between the regions of Amhara and Tigray, where the military confrontations are taking place. Therefore, it received the largest share of the movement of displaced people.
Chairperson of Vision Tagaro Ethiopian's countrywide movement stated that support of international community to terrorist TPLF is unacceptable. Let's get more from Ababa Burhane.
In an exclusive interview with Ethiopian news agency, Lilai Hailemariam said most of the times the international community is not interested in the historical background of any one country or organization, but always focus on their interests. He stated that there is no any good reason for the international community to support the TPLF, which was designated as a terrorist organization by the Ethiopian parliament, adding that TPLF is one of the most cruel communist organizations that killed hundreds of thousands of Tigrayans because of their inclination to different political attitudes and thinking.
If you just go to Tigray and check the rural part of Tigray, you might find hundreds or 200s of mass graves. But the international community, they don't want to go back and study all that things, but they just only listen what their advocacy groups next to them.
He revealed that the TPLF has huge financial resource and they can buy lobbyists easily to convince Westerners. According to him, the Ethiopian mission abroad were unable to defend their country's interests and their voices are not actually as loud as the TPLF propagandists in the international media. The chairperson said that this is the main reason that Westerners support the TPLF, adding that it is always good to be strong internally. He further stated that they don't have to expect the international community to help them to be strong, but support matters. Lilay insisted Ethiopians to be strong internally. According to the chairperson, the terrorist group members are working for their personal interests and it is these few gangsters from the Adwa ruling class that created the crisis.
The very important thing is that we have to stand with our government, we have to stand with our defense force, and we have to find a solution, peaceful solution, and a legal solution actually. If not, we have to use all the means that to neutralize this group of people from the rest of the mass.
From African experiences, he further elaborated that the Westerners do not want to see a strong central government, especially in a country like Ethiopia. They also do not want to see a strong unity among Ethiopians. The chairperson pointed out that Ethiopia is a symbol of independence and all black people take them as exemplary. Due to this and other factors, they do not want to see a strong and united Ethiopia.
According to Ministry of Innovation and Technology, government is working to digitalize services this Ethiopian budget year. The report will give us more.
It was learned that over 300 billion birr e-commerce was undertaken during the closed Ethiopian budget year. Innovation and Technology Minister Abraham Balai told Ethiopian news agencies that favorable conditions have been created for establishing a national digital economy.
ኤሌክትሮኒክ ግብይቶችን በሀገር ደረጃ ተግባራዊ የምናደርግበት ነው። ጅምሮች አሉ።
This is a start to apply electronic transaction at national level. This will be applied online service provision, making online payment, and digitalize government structures. There are some starting works regarding electronic service usage. Digitalizing service would be applied in every region by changing key or main service into electronic payments. So this will be achieved in 2014 Ethiopian calendar.
ግብይት ስርዓቶች ግን ወደ ኤሌክትሮኒክስና የኤሌክትሮኒክ ፔመንት ስርዓት ላይ የሚገቡበት ዓመት ነው የሚሆነው 2010.
However, the minister stated that the whole community is not expected to simultaneously utilize it as the technology is going to be implemented at national level. According to Abraham, legalizing receipts in the online trading system is encouraging. To realize the digital economic exchange, proclamations and procedures that create compatibility among the various government procedures are under review by the Attorney General. He added that with the approval of the House of People's Representatives this October, key government services will join the digital economy. Digital Transportation Program Director General at the Ministry, Abiot Bayu, said many are now joining the digital economy.
ለምሳሌ የኢትዮጵያ ንግድ ባንክን ብንወስድ በጣም በርካታ ትራንዛክሽኖችን ኦንላይን አድርጓል።
We can see Commercial Bank of Ethiopia as an example. It changed many transactions into online. In the last year, 62% of the bank customers connected with the bank digitally. And we can also take Ethiopian Airlines as another example in using electronic payments. So this could be taken as a good start in using electronic transaction both for the industries working on end and customers getting the service.
ሁኔታዎች እየተፈጠሩና የህዝቡም በኤሌክትሮኒክስ ግብይት ለመገበያየት ያለው ፍላጎትና መተማመንም እያደገ እየመጣ ነው።
Infrastructures which enable the launching and expansion of digital economy are steadily increasing.
ከባንኮች አካባቢ እንግዲህ ከ300 ቢሊዮን በላይ አካባቢ ነው በዚህ በዲጂታል ልውጦች
More than 300 billion digital transactions have been made in different banks and when we relate it to the GDP. So when we keep up working in digital transaction mode, that will impact the GDP positively. We are seeing these changes because improvements has been made on financial laws and digital laws, and in addition, activities also carried out in changing the awareness of the people and improving infrastructures.
የዲጂታል ህጎች በመሻሻላቸው ግንዛቤው እየዳበረ በመምጣቱ የመሳሰሉትንና በተለይ ደግሞ ኢንፍራስትራክቸሩም በመሻሻሉ ጭምር የተፈጠረ ነው።
Therefore, the Director General stated the promotion of e-commerce will be given attention. He noted that the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia and Ethiopian Airlines are leading the way in digitalizing their services and hosting their customers in the sector.
Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said that if Ethiopians confront and resist foreign pressure, terrorist TPLF would be dismantled forever. And we have Ababa Burhani for the report.
The Premier, in his statement issued before yesterday, stated that the Western diplomacy and media have continued efforts to echoing the voices of the terrorist group, noting that Ethiopia in its histories had gone through several challenges and predicaments. However, the Premier added that its courageous people had not sat and waited, instead paid their lives to confront the challenges, to dishonorably defeat the enemies of their country. Abiy stated that with these heroic sacrifices of its gallant children, Ethiopia's enemies had fallen, while the nation has been able to confidently stand in the face of this world. He recalled that a number of nations in the world had experienced similar conspiracies that created the threats of disintegration in one time or another. The Prime Minister said that countries like Yugoslavia, Syria, Somalia and Libya had fallen with these conspiracies. However, he added that Germany, Japan, Korea and Vietnam are some of the pioneering nations that successfully thwarted the crises they had gone through by confronting them with strong unity. He stated currently these nations are among the key models for their economic might, modern political system, technological capabilities and civilized social values. The Premier said these countries had been tested by the dreadful and most challenging predicaments, however surpassed them and become prosperous now by using the challenges as a springboard. He also indicated that there are lots of other countries in the world that had encountered similar situations like the one that we have now been facing. He said that there are no challenges and predicaments that Ethiopia had never been through in its history, adding that the nation was able to reserve and overcome the challenges wisely with unity. Whatever huge are the threats coming from the outside world or challenges arise from inside the country, when there is a strong unity among the people of Ethiopia, challenges had never been beyond their capabilities. He said that the terrorist TPLF is now making its last effort and has been lamenting for help, losing hope. The Prime Minister stated that the enemies of Ethiopia have been waging war on two fronts, one in war front and the other by diplomatic front, and called all concerned about the survival of Ethiopia to join and confront the two fronts by refraining from conspiracy analysis and unnecessary fear. He said that diplomacy and foreign relations are political game guided by the principle of give and take, and he added that there is no doubt that Ethiopia will benefit the most from the right line of diplomacy. Furthermore, he stated on contrary, diplomatic relations conducted by endangering the national interest and sovereignty of our country might bring temporary relief, but its long-term negative consequences are significant. Abiy underscored that the government is doing its part to prevent this. It will continue to do so. According to him, the traditional diplomatic relations is not the major way to create influence. For instance, the Western world uses the international media outlets to pressurize nations that they are interested by conducting enormous campaign. The Premier noted that when Ethiopia began to resist their pressures, they will launch destructive information campaign to tarnish our image, for they are immensely capable in this regard and they have a wide range of media tools and advanced power to misrepresent the people of the world. He stressed the need for the work together and harmony to counter the media and diplomatic pressure on Ethiopia, adding that Ethiopians must take advantage of all the opportunities they have to defend the campaign open. Furthermore, he stressed that it is necessary to resist and defend the news that harms the country on social and mainstream media, at home and abroad, individually and collectively.
This is Amhara Media Corporation and you are watching our Wednesday update live from Bahar Dar, Ethiopia. And now let's see the foreign currency exchange rate of the day. This is all we got for today. I am Fikrat Zodu and you were watching our daily news. Goodbye and have a nice time.